Now, when you do these properties, it's very, very important that you remember these are residential homes. So you guys, some of you guys, one of the commonly asked questions we get is, is there any rezoning required? No, there's actually no rezoning required, and we're going to show you how to do that without getting anything rezoned. First and foremost, a residential area is a lot easier to do, not only for the residents themselves, but also for you. I know when I got started in real estate investing and started doing different kinds of investings, I don't consider myself the smartest person around, and so getting straight into commercial facilities or getting into straight commercial buildings was extremely scary and also hard for me to do. So residential was easy. I mean, everybody knows how to buy a house. Everybody can get into a neighborhood and pick up a property. So, why not turn this property that I picked up into an amazing cash flowing business? So, definitely you want to look for the properties and the location in a residential area. Why? You got a better environment. You got way more attraction. You've got less hassle. You're financially sound. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, wait a minute, this guy is smoking something right now because financially sound. We've had the market crash like nothing else in residential areas. And you're right, it has. However, compare that to commercial areas. If you're in a strip center and all of the stores are vacant, what's the value of your property? Slim to none. You've got nothing there because commercial is based solely off of cash flow and income. So at least with residential, you're basing it off of actual land value and property value itself. Not to mention, if you look for properties in areas that kind of resemble this picture here. Now, I know some of you guys in Arizona and Texas and Florida, you're probably thinking, yeah, I don't have that in my area, but what I mean by this picture is somewhere well established with nice large trees, open roads, something like that. Those type of areas, I like to call them old money areas. Those property values, when they do go down, they go down a little bit. They don't go down quite as much as everything else, like where the tract homes and the huge developments came in and built up 200 matching homes that are sitting side by side, where your bathroom window is looking into the next person's bathroom window. You get a peep show every night. So you want to go into a nice residential area that is somewhat financially sound. Not a ton of foreclosures. You want to go into an area that's upper middle class to the high end. Now this picture here, is of Winter Park, Florida. It's a suburb kind of Orlando, Florida. Beautiful area. This is Park Avenue, one of my favorite spots in Florida, second to South Florida, and it's absolutely gorgeous. This is the type of area that I would go into personally. Something that has high-end things around, high-end homes, high-end businesses. You want to be in that type of area. There's a couple reasons for that also. One, you've got more money available. Again, you remember we're doing private pay. There are different options. You can do private pay, Medicare. You can deal with the insurance companies if you want. You can also do low-income homes. Now, if you do low-income homes, this part right here, what I'm talking to you about, does not apply, and you'd have to tune in another time for that. But in this area, the upper middle class, you've got more money available, you've got no hassles, less liability, and way more appealing areas. I don't know about you, but I much more prefer and enjoy driving through areas where I know my car's not going to get broken into, or areas where I can pull over to the side of the road and sit down at a cafe and enjoy a nice cappuccino, or when the family comes to visit, it's just a quick short drive for them to pick the resident up and take them and have a cafe or whatever it may be. It's just all around better. One of the things that we look for when we are doing the property is we don't just look at the area, we actually have to look at the property itself. And we want to look at a home that can provide a beautiful environment for these residents. The property really is one of the keys. You want to look for something that's 0.25 acres and higher. I understand some areas have very limited land, and so there's exceptions for that. Property prices, you want to get it at a good rate. You don't want to buy a property that's ridiculously priced. You want to be able to cash flow it, and we're going to talk about the cash flow in a little bit. You want to get a property that's 2,700 square feet and up, minimal 2,700 square feet. Now, the reason for that is your competition, they don't think that way. Our competition never thinks, oh, let's get a big house and a nice luxury home to provide for these people. No, these people are thinking, oh, let's get the smallest possible home that's the cheapest and cram as many people as we can. Basically set up a sardine can for people. So go big or really just go home. It's not worth for you to be in the business if you're not willing to create a great program for these people and a great property for them to live in. The room sizes themselves, you want to have a room that's 10 by 12 or larger. 10 by 12 is a little bit small, but go bigger. Create that nice, warm home feeling for these people. Upgrades are important. I'm talking about nice carpet, tile floors, hardwood floors, granite countertops. It's ridiculous how cheap all of these things have gotten throughout the past years, and how quick they can get put into a property and just completely turn the property around. So don't stinge on that. Definitely go for the upgrades. Now, strategies on what to do with the properties. Some of the things that you're going to need is wheelchair ramps. The doorways need to be wide enough, sufficient rooms, obviously, railings, child-proofing, fire alarm, exit signs, and bathrooms need to be modified to fit the needs for these elderly people. Now, there's a couple different ways on going about and doing this business itself, which we talk about. First, there's an existing home remodel. You can go out, you can buy a house in a nice neighborhood, get something that's nice looking, warm feeling to it, and you can do some of the modifications to it yourself. Remodel some of it. You probably don't want something that's going to be too extensive a remodel, but something that's a little bit more simple. So you want to do something, widen the doorways if they need to, the hallways, put in the ramps, the railing system, and then whatever other additions that you may need to the property. And that's kind of what you go about doing with an existing home remodel.